Could it be true? Are we witnessing a medical marvel, a defiance of physiological limits that will rewrite the textbooks of sports medicine? Or is it simply the indomitable will of a superstar pushing the boundaries of what we thought humanly possible? Prepare yourselves, because the whispers from Boston are growing into a roar, and they're all centered around one man, Jayson Tatum. Welcome back to the channel, where today we're diving headfirst into a story that feels less like a sports report and more like a chapter from a superhero comic. Just months ago, the basketball world collectively gasped when news broke of Jayson Tatum's devastating Achilles injury. For any athlete, an Achilles tear is a career-altering, often season-ending, and sometimes even career-threatening blow. The road back is long, arduous, and fraught with uncertainty. Yet, here we are, just a few short months later, and the conversation isn't about if Tatum will ever be the same, but rather when he will return to the court this very season. Is this sheer delusion, or are we truly on the cusp of witnessing one of the most remarkable comebacks in sports history? The Achilles tendon, for those unfamiliar with its brutal reputation, is the body's largest and strongest tendon, crucial for walking, running, and jumping, essentially everything a basketball player does. A rupture typically sidelines an athlete for anywhere from 9 to 12 months, often longer for a full return to elite form. We've seen countless careers derailed, seasons lost, and dreams deferred by this cruel injury. So, when the news first hit about Tatum, the immediate, gut-wrenching assumption was that his season was over, and perhaps a significant portion of the next. But Jayson Tatum, it seems, doesn't read the same medical journals as the rest of us. He operates on a different timeline, fueled by a relentless drive that even his closest teammates struggle to comprehend. Just listen to Jaylen Brown, Tatum's longtime running mate and fellow All-Star, who recently took to his Twitch stream to express his sheer astonishment. Brown, a man who has witnessed Tatum's work ethic firsthand for years, declared, and I quote, "I've never seen anyone recover so fast from an Achilles injury, from any injury to that level. JT been going crazy. Superhuman comeback." Let that sink in for a moment. Superhuman. This isn't hyperbole from a casual fan. This is a direct observation from someone who shares the locker room, the practice court, and the grueling demands of an NBA season with Tatum. This isn't just wishful thinking from a desperate fan base or a teammate's optimistic cheerleading. The buzz is real, and it's emanating from credible sources. ESPN's Shams Charania, a man whose reporting is as reliable as a perfectly executed pick and roll, recently appeared on Pat McAfee's show to discuss Tatum's situation. While Charania didn't drop a bombshell by stating Tatum wants to play, that's been Tatum's consistent message since day one. What he did highlight was incredibly significant. Charania pointed out that other prominent players like Damian Lillard and Tyrese Halliburton have already been officially ruled out for the season due to their own Achilles injuries. Now, let's be clear, this isn't a slight against Lillard or Halliburton. Lillard, at 35, is at a different stage of his career, and Halliburton, while younger, actually suffered his Achilles tear 6 weeks after Tatum. Yet, their seasons are done, while Tatum's remains a tantalizing possibility. This stark contrast underscores the extraordinary nature of Tatum's recovery. It's a testament not just to cutting-edge medical care, but to an almost obsessive dedication to rehabilitation, a singular focus that has seemingly accelerated a process typically measured in months, not weeks. Jayson Tatum's history has always been one of relentless self-improvement. From his early days in the league, he's been known for his insatiable appetite for work, constantly refining his game, adding new dimensions to his offensive arsenal. This isn't a player who takes shortcuts, and his approach to this injury has been no different. When he appeared on the Today Show's Jenna and Friends last month, his words were a clear declaration of intent. What I will say is, I am not working out rehabbing 6 days a week for no reason. He wasn't just going through the motions. He had a specific goal, a target date in his mind, a vision of himself back on the court, contributing to his team. He has indicated at every turn that not only does he want to play, but he seems to expect to play. Now, as fans, it's easy to get swept up in the emotion, to let our hopes run wild. And while I, like many of you, am incredibly optimistic, it's crucial to temper expectations with a dose of reality. Tatum himself has emphasized that the most important thing is being 100%, being the Jayson Tatum we saw last season again. This isn't about rushing back for a cameo, it's about returning at full strength, capable of dominating games and leading his team. This brings us to another critical point raised by Shams Charania, the contender conundrum. Charania posed a fascinating hypothetical. Let's say he's in March and he's feeling 100%, but the team's not really competing for anything. Do you really throw him out there? There's going to be a lot of questions. This is where the emotional desire to play collides with the cold, hard calculus of professional sports. If the Celtics, despite Tatum's absence, find themselves struggling, out of playoff contention, or facing an insurmountable uphill battle, would the organization risk their franchise cornerstone's long-term health for a few meaningless games? It's a legitimate concern. The Celtics have invested heavily in Tatum, seeing him as the pillar of their future. Sacrificing that future for a marginal gain in a lost season would be an incredibly short-sighted decision. The team's medical staff, coaching staff, and front office would undoubtedly weigh the risks versus the rewards with extreme caution. This isn't just about Tatum's personal desire, it's about the collective responsibility to protect a generational talent. However, knowing Tatum, if he feels 100%, it would be an immense challenge to keep him off the court regardless of the team standing. His competitive fire burns too brightly. The journey back from an Achilles injury is a brutal test of both physical and mental fortitude. It involves countless hours of grueling physical therapy, rebuilding strength, flexibility, and proprioception. It means relearning how to trust the repaired tendon, how to explode off it, how to land safely. It's a lonely road, often spent away from the bright lights of the arena in the quiet solitude of the training room. But Tatum, by all accounts, has embraced this challenge with an intensity that borders on obsession. He's not just rehabbing, he's reinventing, pushing his body to adapt and overcome. So, where does this leave us? There is no ironclad guarantee that Jayson Tatum will suit up for the Boston Celtics this season. The medical realities of an Achilles injury are profound, and caution will always be paramount. However, what was once considered an almost impossible outside shot has now become a much more realistic, even probable scenario. The consistent messaging from Tatum himself, the astonished praise from Jaylen Brown, and the nuanced reporting from Shams Charania all point to one undeniable truth. Jayson Tatum is doing everything in his power to get back to being Jayson Tatum again. And if he does, if he steps back onto that court this season, it won't just be a comeback. It will be a testament to an athlete's unwavering spirit, a story that will echo through the annals of sports history. What do you think? Are you ready to believe in the superhuman comeback? Do you think Tatum will defy the odds and play this season? Or should the Celtics prioritize his long-term health above all else? Share your thoughts, your hopes, and your predictions in the comments below. And if this deep dive into one of the most compelling stories in sports has captivated you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive reports and passionate discussions. Your engagement fuels our drive to bring you the stories that truly matter.